Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Robert. I create health and fitness content, and over the past few years I've taken part in some events like an Ironman 70.3, a half marathon, and a load of other stuff. Since my childhood I've been someone who's been obsessed with sports, obsessed with ambition, and obsessed with trying to be the best that I can be, and hopefully everything I share here can hopefully be of help. And so today I'm going to talk through something that's been really important for me ever since I embarked on my challenge of training for my very first Ironman 70.3, and that is my daily routine and the 4 habits that I have every single morning that have completely shifted my mindset every single day. The reason why this is so important is my mindset and everyone's mindset is determined by the actions that we take. The mind is flexible. You can literally change how it thinks, how it operates, how it makes you feel by some of the things that you can do physically in the morning. And when you do this in the morning, from my experience, you can transform the day that you're gonna have. So whether you wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning or 10 a.m., there are things that you can do, the things that I've experienced that have completely transformed my way of thinking, my way of operating, and really the productiveness of every single day that I have. The first thing I started implementing about 2 years ago when I started training for my first Ironman 70.3. And the reason why I did this is because I was going to have to experience something that I was fearsome of, and that was an ocean swim. And so to start overcoming this, I started introducing cold showers into my routine. Now, cold showers are something that I absolutely hate. There is no day that I enjoy jumping into a cold shower, but do you know what I do enjoy? The feeling afterwards, for multiple reasons. One, in the morning when I get a whole load of cold water over me, I feel alert. My body responds with a shock, my cortisol levels rise, it's a stressful environment, but afterwards I come out with a massive sense of achievement because I've done something really hard. And this is the first thing I've learned about morning routines and habits every single day. The harder the things you do in the morning, the more productive the rest of the day is, because if you do something that's very difficult for yourself, your body responds in a fashion which is, hey, I can achieve anything. And it's something that is talked a lot on Huberman Lab and other podcasts like this, but the ability to get yourself to do the hard things in the morning really unlocks a mental framework where you start to imagine anything's possible throughout the day. And that may sound like a large statement, you can achieve anything, but the impact of doing something very hard in the morning, such as a cold shower, is massively impactful the rest of the day. And so having a cold shower in the morning, not only does it have huge health benefits, it makes me feel awake and makes me feel alert. And most importantly, it tells my body and tells my mind that I am gearing up for a day of productivity. The second daily routine that has dramatically changed my outlook on life is writing down goals. Every single day, I will write down my big goals that I have for the week, the month, and the year ahead. And I did this especially for when I was training for my first Ironman 70.3. The reason for that, it was such a big challenge and something that I didn't even know if I could complete, that I really had to reinforce to myself every single day that it was a goal that I had and that I was going to successfully implement this. So very simply, get a piece of paper, if possible, get a book that you can log for many months and write down the 3 goals you have. The goals today, the goals for the week ahead, and a more long-term goal. And write down how you'll feel when you successfully attempt that goal. That may sound odd to do, it may feel uncomfortable even at the beginning, but what you're saying to your body is, hey, I have this goal and I am going to achieve it, and this is how I'm going to feel when I achieve it. And this tells your body, one, you're reinforcing to your mind that you have a goal and it should focus on that goal. Secondly, when you attach an emotion of success and you're literally writing down how you're going to feel, your mind will start to imagine what that feels like. And over time, it's amazing what the mind does. You can start to build into your mind not having any negativity, because it will have these big goals that you're reinforcing to it every single day, and your mind will believe it. So even before you've even attempted to complete these goals, your mind will be in a state of achievement. It will feel like it can successfully achieve these things. And it's a wonderful feeling, and it's something that I implemented into my daily life and has been massively impactful. One is I remember to celebrate my goals, and I remind myself of my goals, because in day-to-day life, you can get lost and you can forget about them. But secondly, it's the positive mindset that gets set up. Every single morning, reminding yourself or reminding myself of big goals is a really positive way to start the day. The third thing is nutrition. Now, nutrition is a pillar of all of our lives. We all eat food every single day. And for a long time, it wasn't fully understood what food does to our bodies. But now with the advent of more modern day science and the advent of technology that we can use day to day, for example, glucose trackers, we now understand very thoroughly how food affects us and affects our bodies independently of one another. I would heavily advise getting a glucose tracker, or if you don't have access to a glucose tracker, consider doing this. Eat your normal diet, and every time you consume food, ask yourself, how does it make you feel? And the reason for this, if you start doing this as a daily habit, you will start tracking how food makes you feel. Not from a does it make me feel good point of view, but when you consume food, triggers a glucose response. And when you have a high glucose response to a food, you then have a sugar crash. And that crash makes you feel tired, and it can make you feel lethargic, which is why after you have a big breakfast or after you have a big lunch, you can feel lethargic and tired. Being aware and making yourself aware of this means that you can track how food impacts how you feel day to day. What this means over time is you can adapt your diet. And this is what happened to me. I adapt my diet so that I didn't have these massive spikes in blood sugar. What that led to was more productivity, because I would not have these big swings in mood. I wouldn't feel lethargic halfway through the day, and I wouldn't crave food either. And so this has a massive impact, not just on your diet, because if you're not craving food after a sugar drop, you're going to have a healthier way of living because you're not going to be snacking all the time. And secondly, having a very stable mood because your blood sugar is not all over the place is going to lead to more productivity, because halfway through the day, you're not feeling tired. And so having this consistent blood sugar level by having a good diet and good nutrition has been a massive unlock in my own life. I've always been healthy and fit, but then introducing a glucose tracker where I started to understand the impact of food on my daily activity really transformed how I ate food, transformed when I should eat food, and transformed my understanding of, okay, if I eat this, this is how it's going to impact how I'm feeling. And at the end of the day, we all want to feel good. And so implementing a glucose tracker has been massively powerful for me, not just for understanding how food affects me, but for being more productive, because I'm not having these big swings of blood sugar, which dramatically impacts my ability to do actions day to day and get things done. And the final habit that I've started to ingrain in my day-to-day life is consistent sleep patterns. This is probably the thing I've struggled most with, because I'm up here filming a video late at night and life gets in the way. I have a very busy work schedule and I try and do as much fitness as possible. And often that means work will finish late, then I want to go for a run. And then I want to get up early to start the day early in the gym, because that's always how I've started the day for the past, 8 or 9 years, going to the gym early morning. But having a consistent sleep schedule not only makes me feel less tired, it means that my regulating systems inside my body will be consistent. And so the body has various different systems that operate day to day. The most well known is the circadian rhythm. And that fundamentally will operate best when you have consistent sleep and a consistent bedtime and a consistent wake up time. The more consistency I give my sleep, the better deep sleep I have, which is massively important for my muscle recovery and muscle growth. The better sleep I have, the more REM sleep I have. And REM sleep is absolutely vital for memory and cognition. And so sleep is a very complicated topic, but in short, the more consistent you can have your sleep patterns, the better your bodily functions operate, which leads to improved muscle growth and muscle recovery, which makes you feel better. And secondly, it improves your memory and cognition, which is absolutely vital in everyone's lives, from working better to having better relationships to just improving the amount of productiveness you can have day to day. And so consistent sleep patterns are absolutely vital when it comes to having a really solid daily routine. Now, I could go on, but those are the 4 things that have dramatically helped in my routine since 2021, when I entered my very first Ironman. It was a huge challenge, and often in our day-to-day lives, we need a big challenge in order to make big changes. But hopefully these 4 things are very easy to do. They are hard to be dedicated to. All positive things are sometimes very hard to do consistently, but they've dramatically helped me. Having cold showers makes me feel alert in the morning. Having consistent sleep makes sure my body is recovering properly, which means every single day I'm feeling more energetic. Writing down my goals improves my mental strength. And having good nutrition, well, there's a saying, if you treat your body right, your body will treat you well. And so those 4 things combined have massively improved the focus and productiveness of my day-to-day. I still need to learn how to say productiveness. But most importantly, I love learning from other people. So drop a comment if you have any things that you've done in your daily routine that have dramatically helped you, because everything that I've learned and implemented has been learning from other sources. And so if you've had things that have dramatically helped you, I'm sure they can help me. And so I'll be back with another video over the next few days. If there are things you want me to talk about, let me know. And there's one thing that I would politely ask is, if you leave a comment, if you leave a like, if you even subscribe to this channel, it helps bring this content to other people. Yeah, it's the best way that you can help, and it's the easiest way for free that you can help my channel and help my content reach more people. So if you enjoyed this, hope you'll come back. I'll be here every single day. And until the next video, have a great day.